Fala rapaziada, hello everyone. This is Felipe, copywriter from Brazil, and I'm going to do a complete breakdown with you guys um, of this funnel here. Old school, new body, a weight loss offer from this guy here, from Steve and whatever. So let's. What I found interesting about this funnel is that it's kind of pretty interesting. It doesn't look like a sales letter. I mean, because it's breaking down like this. You click next page, next page, and next page. The cool thing about it is two things. It kind of thinks that it's like an article because step one, whatever the 5 steps reveals. It straight away goes into a content to make the person engage and still reading in these 5 steps. So they want to know the rest of the steps. So they show only step one, and so it's gonna click next page to see what are the other steps, right? And another thing that's interesting about this next page thing is that you keep clicking next page and then next page and then next. So it kind of creates some sort of micro commitment. You kind of commit to keep going further. So when it comes to go to the checkout, you are more likely to go further into the checkout page and buy the product. So these micro commitments I think is one very important factor of this letter being so successful. So let's start reading the entire letter and analyze and break down everything. All right. So 5 steps to look 10 years younger. So already the headline here, it looks like an article, right, by Steve and whatever, two relatable characters here. So it kind of shows straight away that this is a product for a female and a male audience of this age here. So pretty interesting. What else? You can also see that right in the beginning. Did you know that once you hit 40 years of age, whether you're a man or woman, your body starts aging faster than normal? Studies have shown that without the proper nutrients and exercise, your body will age about 6 months extra for every year that passes. Think about that. Think about that. If you are 40, that means by the time you're 45, you look and feel 48. And by the time you reach 60, you will look and feel 70 years old. We see this every day. Just look around you. So this first paragraph, it's made to create a picture of the future of this person. Like, look, if you drop this article now, that's your future. That's who you are going to be, right? And not now, not in the very long future, but like in the next year or so. If you're 40, that means you're 44, and then you just do the math and whatever, and yeah. So did you know that 90% of people over the age of 35 lose enough muscle every year to burn off an additional 4 pounds of body fat? That means you not only lose the only thing on your body that creates shape, tone, and strength, you also gain more fat every year, even if your calories stay the same. Did you know that all of this is reversible at any age? So it's reversible. That there are specific ways to move, eat, and think that tell your brain to stop the rapid aging process and even slow it down to the point where you're aging less than a year for every year. That means you can look younger at 40 than you do at 35. Or if you're like Becky and I, you were at 50 plus than we did at 40. This is not fantasy talk. So it kind of handles objections already. This is not fantasy talk. It handles an objection that people might have. This does not require a boatload of anti-aging drugs, supplements, or gimmicks. More objections being handled here and being destroyed. And this works for anyone, male or female, and works for at any age, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, you name it. More objections here, because people might think, oh, this is not for my age. This is not. I'm a female. Doesn't work for me. Um, no, the biology is exactly the same. So black people, white people, Asian people will stay here because it is an objection that is being destroyed. my year, my years as editor-in-chief at Iron Man magazine have allowed me to peer into the secret routine of the anti-aging expert. So this is made to create credibility. So it has authority, right? This guy is an authority. He was the editor-in-chief at a huge magazine here called the Iron Man magazine. The Iron Man magazine, I think, is that marathon magazine that it's the Iron Man is like a huge event, I guess. A huge event that it kind of people go around and run like crazy and do lots of crazy shit. So this Iron Man thing is huge and brings authority to the guy, so he knows what he's talking about, and therefore, being this allowed me to peer into the secrets. This thing, secrets, is a very powerful word to use. Secrets. It's a secret routines of the anti-aging expert. Over the years, both Becky and I have picked up so many tips, tricks, and strategies that have allowed us to literally reverse the aging process, at least from a cellular level. That means our bodies look, feel, and move younger than our chronological age. We've taught this system to countless men and women over the years, and it always begins with these 5 key principles you must apply in order to stop the rapid onset of aging that's going on right now, reverse it, and begin aging backwards by restoring your body's natural youth hormones. Alright. So it kind of creates some sort of social proof, right? They taught this system to countless men and women over the years. So it's proven, it's safe, right? And it kind of shows like the mechanism here, right? And it begins with these 5 key principles you must apply in order to stop the rapid onset of aging that's going on right now and reverse it and begin aging backwards. So it's interesting, right? Aging backwards, what the fuck? That doesn't make sense. People will be compelled to read further by restoring your body's natural youth hormones. That said, we have to warn you, what you're about to hear may go against all the conventional diet and exercise advice you've been hearing. That's because the word has, to be utterly frank, gone soft. Core training, hot yoga, spin classes, tai chi, all of these are just fine, but they won't slow your aging, and they certainly will never shape your muscles and to burn off stubborn body fat. No way. So this paragraph is kind of interesting because it's invalidating options that people may have. People might have like an option, well, I'm gonna go diet, I'm gonna go exercise, I'm gonna do yoga, I'm gonna do spin classes, tai chi, whatever. So he's just destroying this doesn't work. He's invalidating the options that the person who's reading this might have. So then he kind of begins to show these 5 steps, show the mechanism behind the thing. So these 5 steps reveal the things you absolutely must avoid if you want to slow the aging process, reclaim your health, and achieve your ideal body. What you need is a splash of cold water, a touch of old school, and the honest truth. Sounds good, let's dive in. Step 1, forget low-fat diet. Low-fat, everything has been the craze now for decades, and look around. What has that wonderful bit of advice done for the bodies you see? We're fatter, sicker, and more addicted to sugar and carbs than any other time in history, and we're passing these habits to our kids. Okay, so each one of these steps, what I think they are is like steps. They were put this mechanism only to like break expectations. So people will not expect for someone to say that you should consume fat. You should do a high fat diet. I mean, because diet, when you hear the word diet, you automatically thinks about low fat, right? But here he breaks this pattern by saying, no, forget about low fat. People do low fat diets all the time, but we're still fat, still sicker. So let's keep going. Fats are not to be feared, they're to be embraced. So this is very like, it violates your expectation, right? So he's saying you should love fat, you should embrace fat instead of beer. Then they do not make you fat, rather they help your body regenerate your poor hormones. Testosterone, strength hormone, for example, is direct result of cholesterol and dietary fat intake. That's right, cholesterol isn't a dirty word. Your body needs dietary fat and cholesterol in order to produce any and all vital hormones. So once again, he's breaking your expectation here. He's violating your expectation, saying that cholesterol is good. It's not a dirty word. Your body needs cholesterol and fat and to produce vital hormones. So people on low-fat diets look drawn, gaunt, and weak. They are often sick, sometimes to the point of literally breaking down, and they can never just enjoy eating out. Even every meal and every gram must be accounted for. Do you really think this will make you younger? Of course not. It'll 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 worry you to death if it doesn't kill you first. So wow. Okay, so he begins by creating a very interesting thing, and to creating a feeling that, whoa, this is really something else, right? So he begins like a punch in your face, destroying everything you know about diets. You say, consume more fat instead of less. He's totally violating your expectations. So you keep reading. Next page. You're doing this micro commitment, right? And he keeps going. Step 2, stop running in circles. Stop running in circles, my friend. Gym classes can be fun if you like sitting in one place and torturing yourself. Once again, invalidating options. People might think, oh, I'm just gonna, if I want to burn fat, if I want to look younger, I have to go to the gym and do some treadmill or bicycle, whatever. But no, he invalidates it. It can be fun if you like sitting in one place torturing yourself. But have you noticed how little people change their bodies in these classes? Sure, it's good cardio, but cardiovascular conditioning can be gained with far less time and effort. So he's saying here that gain you can gain heart health. Your heart can be healthy without torturing yourself in a gym with less time and effort. So it's easy and quick. Less time, it's quick, and less effort, it's easy. People like fast and easy things. Treadmills and any form of endurance training, especially running, does very little to help the age reversal process. Many times, these long duration exercise bouts accelerate the aging process by increasing free radicals. These free radicals are scavengers that prey on your body's essential nutrients and tissues. Wow, so it kind of does a very interesting claim here that totally invalidates the option that someone might have, which is to do exercises. So it kind of accelerates the aging process. So wow, there's a smart way to exercise. We'll cover that in a minute. So it creates a loop here, an open loop, to create curiosity, to make the person keep reading. So the person will be compelled to read to discover what's the smart way to exercise. There's a smart way to exercise. We'll cover that in a minute. And what's wonderful is that it takes you about 1/4 of the time of traditional workouts. We'll cover more details on the next page. So it creates a loop here. The loop is created. So you click again here to keep feeding this thing here. Let's keep going. Okay. Step 3, stop blaming everything on how old you are. So interesting. Wait, what the fuck is that? Okay. Stop blaming everything on how old you are. The guys to the left, very powerful image here. The guys to the left are not fat because they're old. They're fat because they eat, think, and move like a fat, old, dying person. So interesting. Becky and I are both in our 50s, older than the guys in this photo, and I still sport a nice six-pack, and Becky transformed her body from the typical middle-aged mom to a slim, toned, and super sexy woman who looks 10 years younger. See the next page for photos. So he's always creating loop to the next page. Did you notice that? He's always creating the loop. So you go to the next page, in the next page, in the next page. So that's very interesting. Listen, your body doesn't own a clock. Studies have shown that men and women in their 90s were able to gain muscle tone in just a matter of weeks of simple weight training. I've personally seen men and women transform their physiques at literally all ages, 25 to 95. If you're around those naysayers who are constantly talking about growing old, all their aches and pains, and how life is just downhill at 40, leave. Surround yourself with positive thinkers who absolutely crave a challenge. A challenge is what keeps you young. And the best challenge there happens to be taking control of your health and body. We'll show you how we do that on the next page. So it creates two loops here to go to the next page. The curiosity to see the photos of his wife, and here to show how we do that. So in another interesting thing here, crave a challenge. So he even he even marks it with a bold letter, so people will kind of create this identification. So I'm a challenger, I like challenges, right? I don't want to be this person here who keeps constantly talking about how old. I'm a challenge person. I'm a positive thinker who who loves to be challenged. So the person is going to create this duality, and he or she will be willing to be in the positive part, not in the negative part. He's going to try to be a challenger, not a person who gives up, right? So let's keep going to the next page, my friend. This is a very cool funnel. Okay, so step 4 out of 5: avoid chronic dehydration. What the fuck? I just noticed there's no photo of his wife here. He said go to next page, see his wife, but I didn't see any wife here, for fuck's sake. Whatever. Okay, avoid chronic dehydration. Water isn't just good for you. Water burns fat. Water suppresses hunger. Water renews your skin. Just drinking 12 ounces of pure water every day can take a few minutes, a few years off your face in a matter of weeks. You also drop fat, have more energy, and save your kidneys and liver for chronic overwork. When your kidneys are taxed from too little water, your liver has to take over. Now guess this, your liver is your #1 fat-burning organ. Do you really want it to processing liquids and toxins rather than burning fat? No way, right? Well, grab a glass of water and watch the mirror. Within a few weeks, the change to your face and body will be noticeable. So that's a very interesting thing. Only content, right? I mean, I like it. Only to engage the audience and to say some another for some people it might be like a violation of expectations. So because people don't really know that water is so beneficial. Water burns fat. What the fuck? I mean, water burns fat. It's water. How it can burn something? So it kind of violates expectations as well here. So he didn't create a loop here. Too bad. But let's keep reading. Didn't create a loop to read further, but the person is very curious to keep reading because he or she went a lot on the next page. So the micro commitment here is gigantic. So yeah. So here I think it starts the offer, right? Step 5: work less. Yes, less. So another violation of expectations here. So he's saying the last step to be old school new body person is to work out less. Work out less. I misread it. Work out less. So you should do less exercise in order to look and feel younger. So if you don't work out at all, you're going to lose muscle tissue every year. That means you get fatter and flabbier each and every year with less shape and more sag. Is this what you desire? No way, right? Well, the answer is old school resistant training. Here's a secret. Hardly anyone is doing it right. Becky and I have seen literally thousands of pro fitness athletes train over the years. The ones who look the best and that means looked the youngest, most toned, and had the least amount of unwanted fat were the ones who left the gym while others were still warming up. Over the past decade, Megan and I have developed a men and women's workout system that we call F4x Training System. This is a revolutionary way of combining four specific exercises done literally in a matter of minutes. That's all you need, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Okay, interesting things here. So it kind of creates again this emotional anchoring here that so the person is gonna feel like wow, they spent a lot of time and had a lot of work in order to create this thing. So Becky and I have seen literally thousands of pro athletes and over the years, so it was a lot of time, it was a lot of effort, and they developed this revolutionary system. This word revolutionary, it kind of creates a sense of new and novelty, right? It's a new thing, it's a revolutionary thing. Combining four specific exercises done in minutes. So minutes is very fast, very easy, right? People like easy things. That's all you need, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. That's right. We do not do endless cardio sessions. The F4x training system is a great cardiovascular workout, and we do not spend an hour a day in the gym. We have a life, thank you. We have kids, and we value being both fit and real people at the same time. The F4x training system was our personal breakthrough to achieve our ideal bodies. Staying in tip-top shape with minimal time and having a life outside a gym. So you can say here that the promise of this product is basically to save time and effort of this person. So time and effort is the biggest benefit, besides of course the body thing, right? But I mean, the body is like the result, it's like the transformation, but the benefit is to save time and energy, to save time and effort. So it's easy and quick, right? So very interesting thing here. So warning, this is not for everyone. A huge sign here that says this. So this is a technique that is called the push and pull. A push and pull technique that you say push and pull. So it's a push and pull technique. What is the push and pull technique? Is when you basically tell someone that you're not begging them to buy your product. You're not being a salesman. You're just presenting an opportunity, and if you don't want it, fuck you. I don't care about you, right? That's basically what he's saying. But of course, you don't say in these words, but you kind of convey this message. I don't care if you enter or not, right? This is push and pull. You push the person in to buy for you, but you pull a little, all right? You bring you bring her close to you, but then you go, you push her, you pull her away, right? So we're not going to lie to you. The F4 whatever system is definitely not for everyone. For example, if you enjoy spending an hour a day working out, this is not for you. And good luck with those free radicals. If you think you can spin or run your way to a younger time changing body habit edit, this is not for you. And if you're not prepared to work very, very hard for a very short period of time, this is not for you. We're not going to lie. F4x is hard work. Anything that produces this kind of radical age defining result will never be a walk in the park. So this is very interesting. It kind of shows, look, this, despite being less time and less effort, it's still effort, right? You're gonna still have to do some hard work, right? So it's this honesty here is pretty interesting. It kind of the reader will identify and like this honesty here. He's saying that the reader will deactivate the salesmanship sensor that he or she has because this person is being honest here. He's writing honest, so I'm gonna believe him. I'm gonna keep believing him because he's being honest, right? It's not that there's no catch. That's the catch here. He says the catch, so he doesn't keep it like in a secret. He tells the catch, right? However, it's fast, it's efficient, and it's safe. Fair enough. So he was honest here. He was honest here, and then he says a statement here. So the person who read this will believe this. Got it? You go to extreme honesty here, honest and sincere and true. You speak from your heart here. Then you do a promise here. It's fast, it's efficient, and it's safe. Fair enough? So the person will believe this, and of course believe this because you're being honest. Hey, if you're looking for an easy way out, then Google pipe dream workout and maybe you'll get lucky. If you want results that have stood the test of decades, then read on. So it stood the test of decades, it's safe, it's proven. You must be okay with brief boots and old school style hard work. If you are, here's a routine you've never seen before and you will get it on and you will get it in out of the gym in record time. So what do I do next? If I'm really ready to get started on our exact old school nobody system that features our training program, the OSNB Angelus nutrition plan, and all of our anti-aging secrets and protocols, then click the button below and it will take you to the next page. On the very next page, we'll let you in on the specifics of our system and how you can get started within less than 30 minutes from now. So it's very fast. 30 minutes from now you can get started, for fuck's sake. Next page, more commitment, right? So here is like the sales page. Look at that. For fuck's sake, dude. I'm not gonna read this because it's just any more any other. It's just like any other sales page, right? But I just wanted to talk about what I just read with you, which was the pre-sale page with a lot of next page clicking and stuff like that. And yeah, so but yeah, I'm not gonna fucking read this. If you want me to read this, just comment below. But it's a very standard sales page. Let me just gonna do a quick overview here, right? To analyze like the headline. Attention over 35 million women who want to look few and move years younger. So it kind of does some sort of qualification here. It's targeting men and women over 35. Breakthrough research has proven it, so it kind of shows a proof here of research. Now you can slow the aging process to a crawl, quickly sculpt the bodies you've always wanted, plus make you look if you're aging backwards. So he's just saying everything he said again. I don't even think he had to run such a big sales page. He didn't need. I mean, he just keep saying everything he already said. I mean, there's no need. So he just kind of says everything again. He says that he's a editor of the environment thing. He just talks again about the product. The free radicals thing is something that creates a lot of fear. Breaks objections again, works for anyone, male or female, whatever, no matter your age. So it kind of says everything. It kind of sums up the offer. One good thing here about this page is that it shows the method, right? Phase 1 of the method, phase 2, phase 3 is a method here, so kind of interesting. Here he breaks objections. Look, he keeps saying that he kind of puts like quote unquote phrases here. But I'm in my in my 20s and 30s. Great, then you'll save about a decade of frustration by letting us show what you will eventually find out yourself the hard way, whatever. But I'm in my 40s. Ideal time to start. But I'm over 60. Then you really need old school nobody. So he's like breaking objections. So people who are in different ranges of ages will be compelled to buy. So you remain in total control. The fuck is that? Now, here's the really good part. You are in total control. You simply stop when you gain the muscle you want. You never ever have to worry about waking up looking like a freaky bodybuilder. It just doesn't happen. You stop when you have the body you want. So this kind of breaks the objections of women. Everything you need to know has been condensed in this simple to use handbook. It's very simple. So let's recap. So the fastest, blah blah blah. And he says again, it's not for everyone. He says again that thing. Fuck is that? He kind of breaks the objection here. Why it's so cheap? Why it's so cheap? So blah blah blah. So it kind of only a limited amount will be sold at this price. So it kind of creates urgency, right? For only a limited amount will be sold at this price. So it kind of makes the person act now and do not procrastinate. So and introduces the bonuses to create even more crazy desire. So regular price 50 at fast. Your discount expires when the timer runs up. So a good timer here, so people will be compelled to read and to fucking buy. For a limited time, you can receive $30 off. So regular price shows like the bills, the money bills here, and your price is gonna be 20. So it kind of shows up how much. Kind of tells visually how much money you're gonna save if you buy now. Fast, and shows the timer again, then buy now. So like a bunch of sign things here. And then the PS here is very interesting. Every second you wait, the odds are good you would do nothing. So success in life requires actions right now. Why it's fresh in your mind. So it kind of stops people from procrastinating and urges people to act now and do not wait, because people like to procrastinate. So you always have to create this urgency. So they create urgency here with the timer, the limited time, the limited price. So you have to act now, right? Another PS here. Remember, you have a full 60-day trial period. So it kind of talks about the guarantee, whatever. Another call to action here. So that's a very interesting product. Very, 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 very interesting product. Only $20. How crazy is that? A huge sales letter like that, only for $20. Huh. How cool! And here, that's an order bump. If the person wants to add the audiobook version, it's just $9.99. So cool. For half the price. Shit. Anyways, that's the video. Hope you like it. comment for suggestions of what kind of video should I record, and see you next time.